It's finally happening. It's finally here. The video about cost of life in Russia. Check it out.
Hundreds of RVs lining the streets of an unincorporated area between Gardena and Compton. The living conditions horrible.
Absolutely. Business owners and homeowners, they are outraged. How can this happen? And
how did it happen, they ask? Well, things are too expensive in California, and things are too expensive in the United States in general. So people are living in cardboard boxes, tents, and under bridges. And so thanks to popular demand, in this video, we're going to be going over the 3 most expensive houses in my town so that you can compare, see if the prices are worth it or not. I made a video already before, and if you want to see part 1, you can click up here in the link, or you can go down below. Now, the reason why I'm doing the 3 most expensive houses is because by comparison, if you can see what the highest cost is, you can basically tell that if you could afford living here or not. I will be going over some prices of like general bills, but that's going to be a totally different video for another day. Today we're going to be looking at the houses, reviewing their ads on the internet, and showing you how they look outside. So the first house we're going to be looking at, it actually cost 8,500,000 rubles, which is the equivalent of about $97,000. First of all, let's look at the ad on avito.com. Sorry, .ru. Here is the view of the house on the website. It is a 6-room house, 2 stories, 369 meters squared, and it has an outside sauna. I know. Not everything is exactly how it is on the internet. So Ksenia and I got on our bicycles and we rode to record what things look outside. Now, please keep in mind that we didn't ask permission, so we weren't able to go inside and walk around the buildings, but this is what we captured, and you judge for yourself. Do you think it's worth it or not? Because of the fencing in the house, we weren't able to go all the way around, but it looks exactly like its pictures. In fact, it looks even more beautiful in real life. The garden was just flourishing, and I took the time to show you what the neighborhood looks like, because that tells you a lot about a house. It is situated in a beautiful part of Sludanka, and to be honest, it's my dream house now. Now, this is not a comparison video, but I want to show you what $95,000 to $100,000 gets you in California. Check this out. I honestly cannot make up my mind whether it's more shocking that someone bought this or that they're actually selling for this price. Please tell me in the comment section, would you rather live in this trailer in California or in this nice, what I consider a mansion next to Lake Baikal? And now it's time to show you house number 2, which costs 12 million rubles, and it is approximately $137,000. Let's go ahead and look at its ad on the website Avito again. The advertisement for the second house was jam-packed with so many photographs. It has interior and exterior photographs, and actually this is a legitimate mansion to me. The house is 266 meters squared, and it has 5 rooms. Yeah, it's also large. Now it's time to see what the house looks like outside. To my surprise, this house looked even better in real life, just like the previous house. And just like the previous house, I wanted to show you guys what kind of neighborhood it sits in. Now, Ksenia and I rode the bike up and down this street, and let me tell you, it's picturesque for a Siberian town. It is a mansion amongst these houses. And now, it's time to see what $137 gets you in California. Now, keep in mind, we're doing this because I originally lived in California, and now I live here. So we're comparing that to here, and at the same time, showing you the prices. The only house in California in my area that I could find was this trailer, which is $135,000. At least it comes with these nice little bushes in front, right? Let me know down below, guys. Which do you think is better? The one here in Baikal or the one in California? And now it's time to show you the most expensive house that I could find in my town. Before I show you, please comment below what you think it is. I've already showed you the 3rd most expensive, the 2nd most expensive. How much do you think it's going to jump up? The most expensive house that I found is worth 16,500,000 rubles. And it actually adds up to about $188,000. Let's get straight into the Avito ad so we can see what it looks like inside. And this is, of course, another mansion, guys. Jam-packed with saunas, pools, outside playgrounds for the kids, just everything you need. The interior is magnificent. There's nothing missing in this house. The house is 350 meters squared and it has 5 rooms. When I got to this big house, I was able to record a little bit outside, but the owner came out and kind of threw us out of the area. So this is what I was able to capture. I hope you can truly appreciate the fact that these ads are fairly accurate. Like, whatever they show outside and inside, they must be true because every time they looked exactly alike. And now, of course, it's time to see what we can buy in California for this amount of money. And I'm not surprised that the houses that were for sale for this much money were actually trailers in trailer parks. Now, these are a little bit nicer than the previous ones, but trailers still. Alright guys, it's time to decide. If you had the money, would you rather buy the one you could buy in California or the one here in Baikal? Remember we talked about utilities and bills? Well, in California, you're going to pay hundreds of dollars. And I'm talking about $500 to $600 sometimes in water and electricity and, you know, connecting the Wi-Fi that everybody needs. But here in my town, you're not going to pay over even $100. That's going to be a separate video in the future. One thing we are going to talk about is the cost of land. Now, the average price for land is about 650,000 rubles, which adds up to about $7,000. And the reason why we're going to bring this up is some people can simply buy land and build their own house in this place. Now, there are kits that are sold that will sell you all the material and you can build your own house. That just means that you can literally buy the land and build your own house for a minimum of the price that you would be paying if you wanted to build yourself one of these mansions, right? Now, I am aware that the people here living in Russia don't make the same amount as the people living in the United States. This is something that you guys are going to tell me in the comment sections. But the income is different and the house location is different. Well, look, let's just put it this way. If you were in California, if you had the money to buy a house here, would you do it? Or if you were in Russia and you made this much amount of money, would you invest it in a trailer in California? This is all just kind of a topic of debate. I am simply reporting what I see here in person, and I want you to know that there's different options. All of these prices can change with different things that influence them, right? So they might not be accurate tomorrow and they might not be the prices that you expected. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I did make a part 1 where I not only showed you houses in 3 different price ranges, but I showed you apartments. That is something that we didn't talk about in this video that I plan on making in a future video, showing you the cost of apartments, because some people simply do not like living in houses. They might find living in apartment flats more comfortable. And so if that is something that you're interested in, just please do consider liking and subscribing to this channel through this video so that I know that is something that you're looking forward to. Well, that's going to be the end of this video. Please do comment below what you thought about the price ranges. Were they higher than you expected? Were they worth it? I want to know everything. Guys, I read 100% of every comment and I try to answer at least 99.9% of all of them. So this is a challenge to you. Comment anything you want below and I'll see you on the next video.